Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. This is Jeremiah Chow. What's up, man?
What's up? How's it going? Thanks for inviting me on the podcast.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. This is long overdue. Or is it? I don't know. But yeah, tell us a little about yourself, Jeremiah, in case people don't know you.
Yeah. Well, Johnny.
A.
So just graduated from A&M. Whoop. And that's December. I'm working for an old company right now, doing design work. Working from home, living with some awesome roommates, and then yeah, that's about it. Um, Things are mostly online, but we've been able to travel a bit and things like that. So it's been fun.
Cool. If you need to hit up a designer for oil stuff.
Yes. Please contact me.
Wait, so are you like industrial design? I don't remember.
Oh no, I'm a mechanical engineer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very
I
good.
enjoy it. It's not for everyone, but I know a lot of people are like college app time. So
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sad. I don't know why I feel like saying this, but congrats on still having a job.
oh, for real
Yeah.
though. With this so our company we laid off 21,000
Oh.
people,
Okay.
and I don't know how we have so many people to lay off, but thank God I still have a job. I'm cheap and still young, so.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Yeah, it
So
kind of feels like these big companies probably have a preference for these like college grads.
I mean, they definitely do, especially when they try to like restructure and like the culture of the company. Where
Yeah.
we haven't like, I mean, we're flexible and we're new. We don't really have a whole lot of expectations, so it helps.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about work.
Oh, Jeremiah. Well, you got a flavor of what he's like. Cool. Yeah. So we were talking a little beforehand about friendship. What does that mean to us? I guess life experiences with that. Good juicy stuff.
We'll see about how juicy it is.
Um. But yeah, like, how do you define a friendship? How how close do you have to be to someone before you consider them a friend?
Man, that's a loaded question. um, I think it really depends on the culture. That's kind of oftentimes where you start off. Where if someone say in the U.S. You can be friends after meeting someone like the second time at school. You know,
Mm.
um, while in like Asian cultures or other cultures, there's the meaning of or definition of friendship is a lot deeper. It might take many years and going through a lot of like things together in life to like actually become like, oh, that guy's my friend, you know. So I
Mm.
think in the U.S. there's a difference between we kind of distinguish by just like friends who are basically AKA like acquaintances to like close friends, and like best friends. I don't know.
The
What do you
tier
think?
list. We had the best friend, the friend, and then the friend that's actually an acquaintance.
Basically, yeah. Honestly,
That's interesting.
I mean, I don't know about your life. Like, I have different people. Some people who are just um, people I met recently. They're good friends. People hang out with, go play golf or something. And then there's like friends I've known for a long time. Things I can like people I can talk to, like things I'm struggling. I guess like what we were talking about earlier. If you go up to one friend, if he or she asks you like, "Oh, how's your week going?" It might be just, "Oh, it's been good," things like that. But if it's a different friend who's really close and you've known for a while and that you can trust, it might be more like, "Man, like my week sucked. Like it was terrible." Someone who's like will care.
Yeah. Yeah, that is that is good. We'll get
What
we'll
What's
get
your
we'll
perspective
get deeper. Um
on like the definition of
Yeah.
friendship.
I think okay, let me touch back on something you said. I think it's so funny. I'm trying not to use the word interesting as much
Okay.
because it is such a dead word. Oh no, I hope I don't kill another
Well,
word.
funny. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk about it later.
Oh my
We'll have
gosh.
to find a word.
This, yeah.
Intriguing. No.
Mm. Yeah, I'm just in a writing class and it everything bugs me now. Anyways, the idea of, oh, I'll call someone a friend, but they're really an acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh to to me, I would just straight up call them acquaintance. Even like mm, probably to their face too. I don't know, or like we wouldn't like even really discuss the nature of our friendship. I feel for a lot of people talking about like, hey, what are, that's kind of weird, but like
Oh no
the
no.
the
But
level of,
okay, let me pose a situation to you.
okay,
So
okay,
you're with a group of friends. You and an acquaintance like show up,
yeah,
at McDonald's, and then you like, oh, who's this? Like, who's this other person? You introduce them. Like, how would
yeah.
you introduce him?
Oh well, yeah, yeah. Okay, that. Yeah. I'd say. Thing is, I would say friend, but I still believe them to be an acquaintance.
Oh yeah.
And like in my head, in my heart,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like I'm doing that simply to be nice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think we usually just like if we really want to like explain, oh, it's a friend from church, friend from school, friend from work.
Mhm.
Kind of we add qualifiers to
Mm.
really show like, oh, like kind of what how like the relationship and the nature of the relationship.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I got catch. It's
I should get a buzzer. To just bah, bah, bah.
but yeah, our lives are fragmented into these different social groups. Anyways, let me actually define I guess how I view friends and friendship. For me, I typically have like a very high bar to even like be a friend. I feel
Can you clarify that? Like,
yeah, yeah,
do you
yeah.
mean for for yourself, like a high bar for yourself,
For yeah,
or other
or
people?
both.
Both.
Yeah. Uh, I think the baseline is like pretty being able to talk about at least 90%, if not 95% of like life without no
Here,
questions
here's the
asked, without,
accounting and finance background.
oh my gosh. I mean,
What's your standard deviation?
data is more easier easier to wrap your head around. um yeah, take off that mask.
Yeah, I'm like, after this whole podcast, y'all won't be able even to hear me with my mask on.
Yeah. Um yeah, and then like everything else, cuz like I want my friendships to I transcend just simply being in the same spaces. And let me clarify that I think for a lot of people, our friendships result from being in the same spaces, right? Like you were saying about the different qualifiers. Oh, these are my friends from church, these are friends from work, these are friends from school, etc. And I mean, it's not a bad thing that these friends happened, but if the relationship stays strictly in those spaces,
Hmm.
I feel like that relationship is lacking for me to call it a friendship. Because like if you take away that location, that space, are y'all still going to contact one another? Are y'all still going to just interact or call or whatever?
Yeah, I really like that perspective because I think that's so true. Where if your quote unquote friend or acquaintance is only in one sphere of life.
Can you talk into the mic? Okay.
Testing.
Or just keep your head up. Yeah.
Okay.
Or yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So I feel like if you have some friends who are just in like one area of life, I think that there is something like truly lacking in that like relationship. I can think of like a lot of examples. Say, if you go to camp, like we met at camp, and if our friendship, quote unquote, like ended after camp, then like, okay, that was probably an acquaintance
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
most. Or like if you like friends at work, but you don't ever hang out outside of work,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, perfectly fine, but there's an extent.
Yeah.
No, but I like how you like verbalize that. I never really thought about that before.
Yeah. So let me see what else. So so that's the bar for friend for me. And then I I don't really think about best friend too much. I don't know what I would put that or say about that. I mean, it feels like, oh my gosh. I feel like this is such like a cop out way without being super concrete. But like if you would ask this person to be like your best man or like one of your
No
groomsmen.
way. Have you been going to weddings too? That's what I was thinking.
Actually, I just went to a wedding this Saturday.
Okay, yeah. I just
Yeah.
went like 2 weeks ago.
Hey.
Yeah.
I've heard
Stage of
this.
life.
I've heard this so many times. Like, if they're your friend, you invite them to your wedding. I was like, okay. Oh yikes. But yeah, I mean, like, it's a pretty decent marker, unless like you just have like a unreasonably large wedding and you just like invite everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think a way or like a definition or perspective that you can think of is like what you said, like, not just like who you invite to the wedding, who do you pick as your like groomsmen,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And this is not to say like you can only have quality friends of the same sex. Like you can obviously have friends of the opposite sex, like
Yeah.
and be very close and good with
That
them.
is interesting.
Although like maybe it'll get weird. Hopefully it doesn't. But
I feel like you're setting yourself up for some weirdness, or not weirdness, some conflict. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know like about best friend, but like you could definitely be like good friend.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like based off your standard of 95% or 90%.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the beauty of talking in these. Like I don't thoughts that are new keep flowing.
Okay, so I do have one question.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we were talking about, we're talking about different types of friends. Some
Yeah.
friends that are maybe like more shallow and like more just acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think this translates to like social media and friends on quote unquote friends that you have on social media?
Yeah.
People you have on LinkedIn.
Oh well, LinkedIn's like pretty clear. I feel like
that is very true.
right. I think at this stage in my life now, I treat Facebook as like a toned down version of LinkedIn. I don't know. Like, I don't use LinkedIn at all. Let me just say that. I just do it because society, or I believe society tells me I need to, so I make one, and then I friend the people I need to. Like, let's be honest, like these are connections, and maybe somewhere down the road
Maybe. Who
they'll
knows?
help you, or you can help somebody, and it's like, oh, good job, you're doing grown up stuff. I don't, but like to a lesser or maybe a greater extent, like I can see that working like on these social media too. I although it might be odd or awkward to reach out to somebody you don't really talk to and just be and like try to
Reconnect.
uh the word I wanted to use is use. If you wanted to use
Oh, wow. Okay.
but like
That's different.
because it's like, if you're on the receiving end, it's like, why are you talking to me
Uh-huh.
out of the blue when we haven't talked in like, let's say 10 years or something? It's like,
Oh, shoot. Okay, 10 years. That's a
well,
lot.
because like, right, as time goes on, like we're still young now, but
Mhm.
and social media is young, um, but we're gonna be, well, okay, we'll be the second gen, right? Because millennials had it first. We'll be the second gen with like,
My grandma has Facebook.
I mean, yeah, but
No,
like
I just see what you're
to
saying.
like
No, no,
grow up and like
yeah.
see where these friendships go,
Mhm.
right? Um, I I th- I don't give too much thought to the idea of being friends on Facebook. It's I don't what I don't know if virtue signal is the right word, because that doesn't make any sense. Or you signal something with like how many friends you have, or like
Oh.
how many followers you have. But then that kind of like just elevates it into like this like celebrity kind of like clout chasing
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Um yeah. Oh, there's so many things.
I know you can this is could be like 5 podcasts worth of talk just about
Yeah,
like social
yeah.
media and like how it affects
Yeah.
our life and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I actually just I just wrote a paper about it for my writing class. um
No way.
no,
Zero.
yeah. No,
Okay.
yeah. Um
So you have this all fresh in your mind then.
a little bit. It was a lot more morbid. I don't know if we'll quite get there, cuz I was like I want to, we still want to kind of focus on friendship.
Um.
Um but what's the Oh, I think the last thing I want to say for now is the amount. I don't know how many friends you have, but I think I might have like 300 or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
But you can't actually have that many friends.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Depending how you define it, but yes.
Yeah. Well, like
You can't have
even scientific, like you don't you can't have like enough you can only have like something like 100 quality relationships.
yeah, I can see that.
I don't remember where this I got this from some science source, but I don't know where. So don't
Gotta
quote.
quote it.
But like that's yeah, someone can go find it. Or yeah, I'm not gonna Google it right now. But yeah, like I could probably go back and look through and it's like, oh yeah, this person's from elementary school or middle school. But like I don't have a relationship with them anymore. And it's just, I mean, I guess maybe you can unfriend them, but uh, like no one cares. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
Something I do want to point out is like in our generation right now, there is such a we're so connected globally, and there's such a
Mm,
culture of like what you were talking about, how to have that the more likes, the more numbers, and in a way, depending on your motive, it could be just you know it might it sounds terrible, but like basically using people to get more likes and like
yeah,
things like that.
that's that's exactly.
And so there's always the danger of having and seeking I guess a larger quantity of friends over quality. Where in the
Mm.
past people had quality friends, people they talk to. For one, it's just because of how
Mm-hmm.
restricted they were, like physically, like location
Right.
wise.
Right.
If you want to connect with someone internationally, you had to write them a letter and things like that. But for us now, we have almost the opposite problem where we can have friends, everywhere and anywhere from any time. And as a result, we are so distracted with just keeping up with people at a very surface level that we miss out
Mm.
having that quality relationship. And I think that's why a lot of people may have like thousands or even hundreds of thousands of friends, a
Yeah.
celebrity level, but
Yeah.
feel really lonely. They don't have anyone to talk
Yeah.
to, that
Yeah.
90%, people who know you
Mm-hmm.
really well.
Yeah. Yeah. The interconnected world. Okay, I don't remember anything from my what's it? International business classes. But that's I don't know. I'm so oh no interested
Oh,
in well I think that's like I think I use that more appropriately in this case.
okay.
And in international business because it was okay, that's a side tangent. Well, I'll just say like for the idea of a monoculture. But anyways, that's
I have no clue what you're talking about.
yeah, we can either talk about it later
I study
or
engineering.
um I will say like I think we've been talking about social media in like a negative light. And I do want to be fair to it. Like it definitely offers good too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the positive side of it.
Yeah, cuz with this international stuff like you were saying, it can connect so many like-minded or cool people that you would never right often have the chance to meet or talk to probably because of financial reasons.
Yeah.
um I haven't personally experienced that. I don't know about you, but I know a few friends who have, and
Have what?
who have like oh sorry like international friends, and they'll
Yeah.
like do stuff together.
Typically gaming, but
Yes, typically gaming.
hey, but that is hobby, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that either. I think it's a coming from a positive light, social media like can connect us to a lot of people and to help start a relationship and start
Mm.
a friendship, and to like
Yeah.
even kind of kickstart it with similar hobbies, like Facebook. You
Yeah.
constantly see these ads for like groups of friends, people who like rock climbing, people, especially
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Houston, right? You have so large, and sometimes it's hard to be connected to people who have the same hobbies. So I think it's a great opportunity in a great means to find uh, acquaintances, friends, and eventually, hopefully, you build that um, into deeper relationships. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean, absolutely, there's like a great benefit of social media in that sense, and just like even people who you are close friends with, seeing their daily life, whether like they're going on vacation, you post about it, it helps provide things to talk about, just like
Yeah.
subject matter, subjects to talk about when you reconnect and things like that. So
Yeah.
pros and cons as usual.
I'm trying to think of something else that's good. I just have such a negative view
Oh,
of
really?
social. I was gonna say something. I was like, oh, that's negative. Never mind. But I think we kind of talked about my idea. Yeah, I don't know. Let me.
Okay, personal note,
What's
like
up?
share a little. So I actually got I guess created an account. So I didn't have any of the social media before 2018. So yeah. So basically all my life I didn't have Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. GroupMe was it. And the reason I
see.
like actually okay, I thought about this like a long time. I would go back and forth where like, oh, it could be helpful, it'd be great. Oh, I'll waste too much time. Oh, there's benefits. So kind of like going back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. And it was actually CMC Chinese Mission Conference. After that, I mean that's when I met you. Uh, being roommates, yeah, that was great. Just like being able to connect with people, and just cut it out later.
No. I was gonna make a joke, but you wouldn't like it.
I probably went.
You won't like it, bro. Just keep going. Don't.
Cut.
No,
Uh,
keep going.
what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I met you,
Yeah.
and then Isaac.
Oh wait,
and then,
what is CMC, my boy?
Yes,
My lad.
it's Chinese Mission Conference.
What? Oh, okay. What? Okay.
And then I'm
What?
blanking now too.
So you made
so
social media because
um,
of that?
in a way, and so I think if I remember correctly, so I created accounts for that just because I saw the importance of having just being able to connect with people, staying connected. I think that was the main reason, and also just the benefits of like sharing the gospel. Well, not really sharing the gospel like over social media, but just being able to
Zealous, I see.
able to just like be a light in social media, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like the small group of friends, not to say like, I guess be an influencer of a small group of friends, hopefully.
Oh.
And that's kind of like the reason I got it. And so I don't know. It hasn't been long,
Yeah.
and I've definitely
No.
experienced the pros and cons of it recently. And so,
Yeah. You
man,
said-
quarantine's rough. You're just flipping through it, and there's like some stats. It's crazy that like how many kilometers you scroll each day. It's a lot. You'll be surprised.
I have like an app that tracks how much time I spend on each app.
Okay, I do have that too. I've been like setting timers.
Oh. Oh well, I don't. This app like will can actually whitelist and like just like stop the app.
Oh no,
Okay, that's what you mean. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you asking me like how and why I started mine or what?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Because
I mean, I don't. I'm assuming you've had it for a while, but no, like yeah. Well, when did you get in? Like, why did you get social media? I feel like our age, we had. It's not like we grew up with it.
Yeah,
or anything.
yeah. It's not like
We
out
grew
of the
up
womb. We also came with a cell phone and.
I mean, kids nowadays, they basically that's their
yeah,
life.
yeah,
They just go around
yeah.
with tablets. But yeah, so I guess, well, what's your perspective? Well, not perspective, but what's your story?
Yeah, I don't really remember why. It was just kind of like the thing to do. I think it was like middle school.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's what I figured.
But it's never been an important part of my life. I think it was, yeah, mostly for utility reasons. Like, mainly for, all that is to say, like, utility for Facebook groups. A lot of organization. What? Okay, some.
Yeah, good
Not
amount.
that much.
No, yeah.
I wasn't in that much stuff. Organization stuff would have a Facebook group, and it was like, oh, this is the place to get the news more easily. So yeah, and it's. I mean, I'll use Messenger a lot, and to like,
You
but it
do.
basically, I mean, yeah, but like, it's just like it interchanges for texting, but like, I use Messenger, not Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
right? I have the separate app and stuff. Um, yeah. So with that, like, it's not. I don't. I see it as not coming with all the potential pitfalls that I may face with like actually opening the social media app.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um there was something and then it disappeared. I don't know. Social media.
Social media and friendship.
I wonder, oh man, I should get a younger person. Like I'm so not intrigued, maybe right now, by like TikTok and like what the younger generation. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, we're kind of like boomers because we use like only Facebook. I don't know about you,
What?
but like no, for me as I'm doing college ministry right now,
Uh-huh.
all these freshmen, no one uses Facebook.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe a few, but like it's heavily Instagram.
Or Snapchat.
Or Snapchat. Although I actually haven't. Well, okay, I don't use Snapchat, so I can't really say. But I haven't heard about Snapchat for a little while. But yeah, I'm interested to hear a youngin.
Oh my, we're not that old. You're so making it sound
I
so old.
mean, but like, there's enough of separate. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, there's
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
separation now that I don't know how I would call. Is it a generational gap now?
I don't know.
It's
Things
still.
things change so fast.
Yeah,
And
that's
like,
true. That's
you know,
true.
think like past 10 years, like the amount of things that have changed is just like mind blowing, you know? We're not really going like generation by generation now. It's maybe like every 5 years,
Yeah.
there's a disconnect between, I don't know, me and someone who's a freshman in college and things like that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Technology. Mm.
Another topic.
That I am not knowledgeable about at all. Maybe a little bit about sound stuff since I have this, but
Yeah,
not
that's a
really.
nice setup.
Oh man. So you're not like talk about work outside of work guy, it
Oh
seems.
no, like I'm always down to talk about anything. I guess
Oh,
work's
really?
fine, but I just assume people don't want to hear about work.
Okay.
My work.
Let's not talk about work.
Okay,
Lol. Oh, yeah, now I remember. There we go.
here goes. What is it?
Wait. Were you homeschooled?
Yeah, I was homeschooled.
Okay. I'm okay, since maybe we'll get back to friendship. Since we were on a little social media tangent, which is
Okay.
fine. For a
Yeah.
while. I pre-thinking or just think I don't know about what to talk about. One of the things was how was growing up for you? Wait, I don't know
yeah.
why I say it like that. Um yeah, and it's interesting to think of I said it. It's with like well, I guess especially for you cuz you didn't have any social media. And then I don't
Mhm.
know if you had like a phone or anything, but um yeah, then just like compare contrasting what
Yeah.
that was like.
I mean, I did have a phone. No, I was locked in a cage, and no, I guess, just like in general, it's just about homeschooling, or just like perspective of growing up. Like, how is it different from other people?
Just your personal experience in friendship making,
Oh, okay,
just
okay.
very broadly.
Yeah. Well, so yes, I was homeschooled, and I think it changed. Oh, wait, I guess let me just start with a definition of homeschooling. It used to be literally school at home, and now it's kind of evolved to where it's basically your parents deciding what your schooling is gonna look like. instead of the city, the government, I guess the school board deciding. And so with that, it changes the, I guess, what the homeschool structure looks like. So for me, I did a lot of co-ops with, things during, whether it's the summer and just doing things with people, other students. And so you have teachers who are typically just other parents who are like specialized in, like someone I took like photography class or like um, chess club or debate, speech and debate. So like extracurricular
Nice.
activity, and things like that. And then obviously my parents decided like what curriculum, to use, and kind of just like how education worked. But outside of that, I mean, I would say that that is a downside of homeschooling, where like you don't get to interact with as many people, as like compared to if you were going to public school. Um, but with that, I think it just, yeah, I guess that's the pros and cons. But so like my friend group would be like at church, or other homeschool kids around, but it was limited, granted. And do I regret that? Not really. I mean, I think there's like more pros than cons. But I
Mm.
think that in regards to homeschooling, that can be a downside. Like especially if you aren't making the effort to um, go out, basically, and kind of explore a little
Mm.
bit. But the positive side, obviously, our family's like really close, since we
Mm.
spent so much time together and things
Mm.
like that.
Yeah.
And so I think there are things you just have to prioritize. If being, I guess, social skill, your EQ is the most important thing in like your list, then yeah, maybe public school is the best choice. But if it is um, growing up and understanding certain, having like certain values instilled and like having um, an education that, or not the education side, basically like if character building is really important, then maybe like not for everyone, not to say like, but at least for my parents, they felt called to like just teach us at home and to train us in that sense from a biblical perspective, if that makes sense. I mean, they weren't even thinking of homeschooling us all the way, um, but it just kind of eventually ended up like that. They would ask us, "Yeah, you want to go to public school?" We're like, "No, not really." yeah,
Oh, so did all of y'all go homeschool all the way?
yeah, we did. In high school, we did basically private school, just like with other. Uh, there was someone who would teach us twice a week or things like that, and so like it started like changing to be more and more outside of home.
Mm.
Senior year, I did dual credit at Wharton, and so
Mm.
community college, and so it really just depends on, like I said before, how your parents dictate and kind of direct what your homeschooling looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So many questions in my head. But I'll just give a quick rundown of, I guess, my side.
Yeah.
Cuz I went all public school.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's awesome. I always hear people always ask me because it's weird, like, oh, what's homeschooling? But I'd love to hear like
Yeah.
about your public school experience.
Yeah. Man. I wonder what I was like as like a wee little lad. Why do I say it like that? Like 4 and under.
Oh
I don't.
wow.
Okay, I'm
Okay, we're
prefacing.
going really back, way
Yeah.
back.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Because from pictures and what my, at least my dad tells me, I was a lot more outgoing, a lot more. I don't want to say adventurous, but like maybe extroverted or something. Like I would do like karate all the time or something. I don't know. I don't remember those years.
Carefree, as most kids are.
But then something happened. Like I don't know, like I can remember a lot of kindergarten experiences. Um, I was a very quiet kid. um, I don't. Quick anecdote, but not as quiet as my cousin. He was so quiet that he got put into the ESL class because he literally didn't say anything.
What? That's crazy.
Anyways, um, but yeah, I didn't interact a ton. How did I even? I don't. I don't think I initiated that much, especially in the early years. Um, yeah, I remember I got like one of my closer elementary friends in first grade, and like I would go to his birthday parties and stuff, which is cool, like because he was Indian. And it's
Oh,
like
that's super cool.
um yeah, it's one, I guess one of the cool things about living in such a diverse places, Fort Bend County.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I don't know why that was so hard to get out. Yeah,
You have a great memory. I don't remember anything
oh,
that far back.
I remember quite a bit of random stories that I don't know how interesting they are. But I do remember by the time like fourth and fifth grade, um, I would be a lot more talkative. Uh, and my friend group ended up being mostly East Asian. Um, and I don't know how that happened. I mean, it was a lot of like the gifted and talented program. Like they would all, or most of them would be in it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I don't even remember like how we became friends. I don't. I didn't really go to like people's houses
Wait,
that much.
what age group is this now? Are you middle school?
I was still fourth and fifth grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But these are like strictly school friends. Like, oh, I guess yeah, we're only talking from like the school perspective, I guess for
Mm-hmm.
now. Didn't really go to their houses or anything. Yeah, besides that one birthday party. That's kind of I don't know if I went to another of his birthday
Is he only went to one birthday party?
kind of. Yeah. I will say also, yeah, because I was a shy kid, I didn't like birthday parties or something. And so they were like, "Oh." My parents were like, "Well, all right. I guess you don't have to." But
Oh wait, so how about middle school and high
but
school?
oh, sorry. Wait. I keep dragging it out. Let me finish up the elementary.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, I was more talkative. I don't know about in class, but at least to my friend group or whatever. But man, is it confession time? I was a kind of a bad kid.
No way.
I had
It's so hard to imagine.
I had you haven't seen all my layers, Jeremiah.
Okay.
Some people may know this, but I had a pretty bad potty mouth.
Oh.
It's so funny. Not really, but I remember in the third grade, I was literally being taught curse words by like the fifth grade students on the bus ride home. It was, and they were like,
Oh my.
"Say this," and then I was like, "Okay, hub XXX or what?" And then I was like, and they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
Oh wow.
Yeah, I guess that's a pro of homeschool. um, yeah, and I within my friend group, I became notorious for my mouth. Um, and that sounds so weird. I feel like I'm playing it up, but and like, oh man, I remember it got out to like one of my teachers, and then they straight up asked me, "Do you have a potty mouth?" And I didn't say anything, and they were like, "Oh, okay." I was like, anyway, so I was like, I wasn't traumatized, but like going into middle school, I was like, man, I wanted to like turn a new is a leaf or what? I don't turn a new page in the book. But it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you heard about this, but there's like a gifted and talented academy.
I've like vague idea. I know very little about it.
Yeah. So in the Fort Bend area, like, it's Quail Valley Middle School.
Mm-hmm.
It would still have like, not to be, I always have to not to be condescending, but it would have the regular kids, but then all these, like, it would have such a injection of GT, and I think that was just to level it out, if I'm being honest. But anyways, that's not the point of this conversation. So a lot of my friends from elementary actually went to that, and I went to a different middle school, but some of my friends still went with me. Like, that's definitely got a lot more quieter, but I still like kind of talked a bit. But then, like, I don't know, high school, like, I shut it all down, and like I was like, I think I became very pessimistic. Like, all these friendships are superficial. None of them are gonna last after high school, and well, if you don't make any friends, I guess none of them are gonna last.
Very, very true. Very
um,
true. Is there a reason why that changed from middle school to high school?
I think it's just I don't want to. Do people have innate pessimism? But like, I don't know when it started, but as long as I've known, I've been a pretty pessimistic person, and I think relatively badly of people, or like their true nature, if you will.
Okay.
Although that's another conversation. um. So yeah, I don't really remember how that formed. Um, I still like interacted with people, but I would never like go a ton out of my way to do anything. And I still had like a few friends. All of them didn't have that many friends. We were kind of like, yeah,
I mean,
our own thing.
you're with a certain group of people
Yeah,
who are, I guess, more prone to just like studying.
I guess. I mean, I don't want to say something bad about them, but I almost felt like outcast. I think that would a better umbrella term for, if I'm being deathly honest.
Yeah, yeah.
I like didn't try to socialize at all with anybody at my school. I don't know, hated my school self, experience life. I okay, I think a lot of it, now that I'm thinking about it, is also fear of maybe rejection, or yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
If I deep down, if I'm being honest, part of it's also because I'm just like lazy.
I
But
mean,
that's not.
it takes a
Yeah.
lot of courage to take the initiative,
Yeah.
to try to reach out to someone.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
children.
even our age, right? You know.
Yeah. I feel like making friends as an adult is so much easier because children are savages. No filter. Just punch you in the gut verbally,
And physically.
maybe physically. And then you're just kind of like, oh, I guess I just gotta let that slide because you're a child. I don't. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe another part of me just wanted to stay out of drama.
There is a lot of drama.
Yeah. So yeah, I had zero drama.
Check.
Um.
So would you say that outlook, like the pessimistic outlook carried over to high or college, or?
To some degrees, yes. I think that's a huge formation as to why I have such a high bar for a friend in the first place. Um, Man.
I mean, absolutely. Like, I was thinking about that earlier. Like that
Yeah.
kind of connects a dot because
Yeah.
you really truly want to know someone before you trust them and like call them your best friend.
Yeah. 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 Man. There's there's no one in my life right now I would call a best friend.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I felt I say that. You just mentioned best friend. But yeah. Okay, I don't know
Okay.
where
So I
that
mean, yeah, that was your public school experience.
Yeah, but I mean everything changed when college happened. um but yeah, I've talked a lot. Wait. There was something. Oh, did you do you have any childhood friends still? Let me just like for me, I like not counting like church, but I mean, yeah, not counting church because that's like too easy. But school wise, I have one maybe.
That's very assuring.
I
Not
can I can
assuring,
I
but
can I
like
can
very.
explain
That's a
it
very.
some other time. But
Okay.
but yeah, just curious for you if you still have
I
any
think
childhood friends. It's
no
obviously
one, no
not.
one that I
Yeah.
keep in contact with. No, I'll think of it. Like, well, I mean, outside of church, I guess.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
trying to think, high school, even before high school. No, not really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's really common. It's like
To not.
yeah, to keep
Okay.
not to keep up with most of your high
Oh
school
yeah, yeah,
friends.
yeah,
Even high
yeah,
school, right? I mean, I'm not even talking about like
yeah, yeah.
elementary or middle school. Even high school, like a lot of people that you really cared about in high school, you wanted their approval. By the time you get to college or finish college, it's kind of like there is that sort of distance. I mean, I know a friend. He's still super close with his elementary like friends and things like that.
So
And
yeah,
so, I mean, there are exceptions.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I just think about I think about manga, and like, well, they literally have to like grow up. They're always like neighbors, and like they play all the. Although oftentimes in those premises they're like different genders, and then they start liking each other. Anyways, that's off. um, yeah, college, friends, woohoo. Yeah. So for you, how was that? Was it any different?
I
Yeah.
think. Oh wow, I say I think a lot. I'm becoming more self-conscious as I talk on this.
Hey,
But I have realized. Okay,
I
let
mean,
me
I
stop
think
using that
it's
as
not
much.
terrible.
I think.
Yeah, unless you like beat it to death. I haven't really
Well,
noticed.
y'all are gonna notice right now.
Okay, Jeremiah.
Well, for college, it's so one of my counselors shared with us that just in the beginning weeks, this was actually an impact camp. I don't know if you heard of it. Just like a camp before school started. He
Oh, for Texas A&M.
yes, of
Okay.
course.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was getting mixed up. Okay, cool.
Anyways, he was like, some people come in college like they might be like the superstar of their high school.
Mm.
And some people like that person is just really hoping that his college experience is the same, while some of the people
Mm.
might not have had a great high school experience and like want to start over and really hope to make that the friendships they wish they had in high school. So college kind of like freshman year is almost like a equalizer where everyone kind of starts off not knowing a whole lot of people, and that's why like freshman year everyone's like trying their best. Oh, can I get your number? Just like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
whole phone is like filled up with random contacts of people I don't know. I think I met one time or something.
Oh, nice.
And so I would say college was obviously different. Just everything was different. you moved out, and then at least yeah, I moved out, and then going, somewhere I don't know, rooming with people I don't know, and then okay, like knowing that okay, I need to find an organization, and like obviously looking for friends as well. And I think my journey. Oh, I'll find a stopping point of where to talk about my journey.
No, you're
So,
good.
I was in the camp where I wanted to find some close friends in college, and I think that's for most people. But I didn't have that in high school, and as a result, I joined like different organizations, got plugged in, things like that, and I obviously I did pray that just like God would provide me with people to do life together, you know, and as a result, um, interesting enough, I didn't really have any close friends freshman, maybe sophomore year, maybe. Anyways, but just like for a good part of it, like I didn't have like that one person, um, that I was super super close with, and looking back, I'm like, huh, that's like interesting. But at the same time, God provided other people, whether just like who maybe the seniors or just the upperclassmen who I could talk to like anytime. And as a result, God provided like people I can I could talk to for that season in life.
Mm.
So in a way, God provided where I had people to do life together, but it was different from how like what I was hoping for. Uh, but He still did. So I I bombed the exam, super late at night. I'm about to cry. It was rough. I got a 48.
Oh.
I didn't know it at that time, but it
Oh.
was a rough exam. And yeah, I bumped into one of my friends, and just like he was able to pray for me and just like really be there for me. And then, but at the same time, they would like graduate or get
Mm.
married, or they would just like change their life situation would change.
Yeah.
And then but then there were other people that I could talk to in different stages of life. And so I think okay, a good part of it was because I was studying all the time, but um, but yeah, that I'll stop it there, and then maybe I can. I do
Sure.
want to hear, kind of like your
Yeah.
thoughts. So that was basically, I would say, freshman to junior year.
Cool. Oh, okay. I was like,
Your turn.
you left out senior. Okay, I guess that's later. Or
I didn't want to just like talk and talk
I
and
mean,
talk.
I talked a while about my grade school years. It's fine, man. It's fine. But thank you for being considerate, I guess. Maybe I'm not so considerate. Anyways, man, hearing you talk about all that, I don't know, like, did all that come like did you think about all that as you went through the college experience?
I think I started thinking about that junior year,
Okay.
because the obvious question was for me like, okay, I prayed about it, and I am like trying to plug in and things like
Yeah.
that. And then
Yeah.
how come God hasn't provided that best friend for me?
Mm.
And so as a result of that, it's just resulting in kind of what I just shared, kind of thinking through, okay, so He did in a way that was different from what I was looking for, but He did.
Okay. Okay. Cuz for me, I don't think I thought about friends too much.
Were you
I
studying
don't
all the time too?
Nah, I mean, okay. I studied enough, but I don't how did it happen? Uh yeah, so I didn't go into college like with the mentality like I'm gonna go make friends. I think there was some like turn a new page stuff, but um I think I just got really lucky with InterVarsity. I knew about it. So inter wait, okay, I mean most people know about InterVarsity, but it's On campus Christian ministry, uh multi-denomination. Anyways,
Multi-ethnic.
multi-ethnic most of the time. Disclaimer. Yeah, I knew about them already before going into college because some church people had been members of varying levels. They were actually like the only Christian org. Was it? I think also the only org.
BSM's there.
I know. Actually, it's so I played Ultimate with them. Uh, the day before school started. And I knew some people in it from high school, but they asked me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check out InterVarsity. Yeah, they're like, oh, okay. But I eat
Yeah,
their
that's
free
cool.
food a lot. I can't anymore.
It's
But
so funny how many people I talk to and they're like, oh, I was part of BSM. And so it was like,
Yeah.
oh, the free food, right? Yes, the free food.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I was really lucky with InterVarsity, or God put me in this place. Because there's a lot of different cool people there, but I don't think anyone will take offense to this. There's a lot of weird people there. I was like, yes. Oh my goodness. That's like it was here where I really opened up compared to what I was in high school. Oh man. You remember how I told you like I was potty mouth in elementary?
Yeah.
That's so in high school a lot of those GT Academy people came to my high school. It's the Math and Science Academy. Go Dulles. No. Um and I wasn't friends with any of them anymore, right? But they still remembered me. But they only remembered me for my notoriety, so they'd be like, "Oh, you're the guy with the potty mouth. You're the guy." And I was like, "Man."
Man,
But like,
reputation stick.
yeah, yeah. But like, but then I just became the guy that didn't talk to anybody. Uh, anyways, I just felt like exposing myself more. College, yeah. So it's been a lot of cool people, but I've still been like very much in that bubble. I got comfortable. Yeah. Um yeah, it's like it's so nice to be around. Well, I guess cuz I've only really been closer with Christian people. I've never been, yeah, really, that like nothing more than like the friends of location.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have some decent school friends in middle, a couple in high school, but then yeah. And yeah, I guess again with the I didn't have I I guess in some ways I still don't have the bravery or courage to really break out and try to go out there, I guess. I mean, obviously it's a ton harder in a pandemic.
Oh yeah.
But like that's just an excuse to mask what I actually am. Um, I did join like a business org and stuff, but that was like strictly business.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, nothing against like non-Christian. I think it's just sometimes easier since like you talk, you have this like relate to the same things, or hopefully you
Right,
have the same
right,
values and have the same goals.
right.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel some sort of like hypocrisy from not having, but then I don't want like token secular friends at the same. And why do I say hypocrisy? Because I don't know, because I feel like we could relational missions is huge.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're your
But
friends still.
yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just keep saying words. Um yeah. I don't know. I should just get to know people for people. I guess maybe that's another thing with this podcast. It's just like break weirdly break the ice more and see like hello. Let's
Man,
be
bro,
friends.
if you want to just talk, I was trying. I was I was talking to my roommates. I was like, man, I kind of wish I was just convinced Johnny just to play ping pong instead. And
Instead of
but
this?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, this is cool. Like I've never done a podcast before, but if you ever want to just talk, ping pong works pretty well. And so
Ping pong and talk.
yeah, yeah, that's how I win. No, just kidding.
That's interesting. I
But
said
no, I
it.
mean, yeah, I think podcasts, especially like just like verbalizing
Yeah.
like what we're thinking helps. You know,
Yeah.
it's like brainstorming out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, college friends.
So that was freshman, and
I mean, that's pretty much
that's the
my
whole
whole.
college. Okay.
Yeah. It's like I I would have maybe a more missional mindset than I feel like some people in the org. Oh man. Like I would try to outreach more and like build relationships, but that was always like under in my head always under the guise of like missions, but also like friend, but like it blended so much that I couldn't say one without the other if I'm being honest. Or yeah. Um but
Well,
yeah.
can I jump in a little bit?
Yeah.
I think that's like perfectly fine, especially so if at least for me, purpose in life is to know God and to make Him known, right?
Mhm.
So if my goal is to help other people to experience God's love, regardless if they're a Christian or not, my ultimately in like through my friendship and just like, um, if I care for a person as a friend,
Mhm.
eventually I will just like share with them God's love, what He's doing in my life, and how He's directing my life, and like the joy that you have through it. And so if it's in the situation of a non-Christian, you want them to know who Jesus is and like who your best friend is. And then if it's for other believers like you and me,
Mhm.
then it's the same thing, but you already know Him, but then it's just kind of like iron sharpen iron, and you what is the word? Like spur each other on to
Mhm.
continue that like um that growth and like to know Him more. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, they don't have to be,
Yeah.
it's not like your friend's a project. No, that sounds terrible, but like they're
Yeah,
not.
yeah, I
Like,
know.
it's you do care about them, and ultimately, you just you are who you are, and so it shines through.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Secular friends. But changing gears a little bit back to the other friends I did have, which are Christian friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've made I'd say a good number of friends, but I don't know. It still feels like there's a distance not yet crossed. I don't know. Maybe it's because I guess well yeah, okay, a lot of it or if not all of it is due to how high I view friendship. But I do also realize like in the real world, people will go their different ways, right? Especially after college.
To a certain extent.
yeah. But like even in my time still in college
Mm-hmm.
with the fellowship, um I know I can like talk to people and stuff, but for I guess a lot of times there's like I don't want to. I it's
You,
so
you have the opportunity, but you
it,
don't take it. Is that what you're saying?
or I wish there was someone better. If I like
What do you mean? Like,
I don't know. Am I just saying words
is it
out of
like
my
a issue with contentment?
I'm trying to think through. I feel like I'm not I on the same level with a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe it's like a more intellectual thing.
Uh oh.
Oh well, no, no. Okay, okay.
Okay, we're
I
connecting the
mean,
dots. It's not a really
the
good
kind of
conclusion.
okay, but like, in some realities, well, if I'm being honest, it is like,
Well, we appreciate the
but
transparency.
yeah, I grace and truth. Oh my gosh, that uh, but I think it just boils. Jeremiah's
I feel
dying.
like you just insulted the whole IP.
I mean, we can talk about it with though. I don't. I mean,
Yes.
it boils down to like, do I just want to hang out with this person, and do I think they want to hang out with me? And a lot of
How
times,
would you know?
huh?
How would you know?
Well, I think for a lot of people, including myself, I gauge it by like how much they initiate. Although that's
Uh,
such a pitfall. Everyone wants someone else to initiate towards them. And I do recognize that. But it becomes but like I feel like I've done my fair share of initiating. With everybody? No, of course not. Like um but it's but once you start thinking about the nature of some relationships and then you start thinking they're like lopsided in terms of effort, you're like, what's the point?
hmm.
I think, oh my gosh, if we go back to the like wedding, not analogy, well, I guess it is an
Example.
example, yes. Um, I mean, this is fine to happen. I just think it's, I don't want to use interesting, but it's so interesting when the groom in one wedding, he has his best man, right? But when that best man has his wedding, his best man is someone else.
Huh.
It's not, and that's like
Is that the?
that's a tension I feel if I were to use that example.
No, no, no. Yeah, that's really interesting.
But obviously, like in theory, you can only have one relationship like that. So I'm like, but yeah, that's something I've thought about.
Huh. That is interesting. Where maybe I just haven't gone to enough weddings where like you have a friend. I guess both the groom and the best man eventually get married, and you kind of see both and who they pick. I don't know. No, I totally see what you're saying. Like if you have a best friend with someone, then you would obviously assume that you are his best friend as well. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's just like a friend group,
Yeah.
possibly, and oftentimes is your siblings who's your groomsman too.
Yeah. 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 But I mean, I've actually seen one of these circumstances, but I mean, it seems fine with.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not. I mean, there's not like there's not a right or wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe some philosophy people will think more about it. I don't
Okay,
know.
so if you think of it from a if you think of it from a Christian
It's
perspective, so we care for people, right? And so
uh-huh.
if you in a way when you initiate and try to be their friend, it can be in a way like trying to care for someone, right?
Yeah.
But then if they don't return your texts, don't answer, don't ever want to hang out, then maybe like that person doesn't really like need that the follow up that you're trying to, or the initiation that you're trying to provide. And sometimes it's just like, okay, like they're good, and maybe this like friendship's not gonna work out, which is fine. Honestly, I don't know where
Yeah.
I'm going with that. I'm just thinking kind
Uh
of through like the dilemma you were describing.
yeah. Let me throw out another example. Oh, these are so also sad. But I mean, it's like in that example, uh you reach out to somebody, and we can even say in the context of a college ministry,
Mm-hmm.
you are the one who's been in the ministry and you're reaching out
Oh yeah.
to a freshman. It's like it's all right, it's cordial, but it's like they're not the most responsive. That's
Mm-hmm.
bad grammar, but I don't want to say his or he or she. Anyways, I got marked off so many times for that.
Oh my.
um, but someone else in the ministry who didn't even reach out to this person, but this freshman comes to know, gets really close to this person, and you as the initial outreacher are good friends with this upperclassman as well, and then you're just like, wow, feels bad, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like you, but then it gets increasingly awkward when, well, you're in the same ministry now, and you see these other people, and then there's just like there's gonna be some sort of tension between those two now, and then the initial outreacher. But that might be a different example. But I'm sure there's a lot of things. But this is now just like different examples of drama.
Dramas of friendship. We haven't even gotten to the drama yet. This is
Yeah.
like surface level trauma.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Um shall we bring it back? Where did we even come from?
So we were talking about college and just our experiences
Yeah.
with friendship. I shared a bit, and you were sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it ultimately goes, for me, boils down to, is all this that I'm trying to do like worth it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've had that feeling too. Someone's like, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Man. And I've had to think about like some relationships, and I'm just like, it's been a few years. Is this worth it to keep. I'm just like sighs. Yeah, yeah. But friendships are good. Friendships. I don't.
Have we gotten to that point?
Friendships
Okay,
are-
wait. Well.
Let's be happy. I mean, that's kind of fake, isn't it? Authentic.
Well, I'll share about my senior year then.
Oh,
if you
sure.
wanna go the
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
side.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Thanks, Jeremiah.
No. I feel like the longer, like, the later it gets, the more tired we are, and the slower we talk, and the sadder it sounds. It's not that.
Well, I
bad.
didn't really know where to go from there.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow,
No.
I'm
You're good.
depressing. Jeremiah's senior year.
It was great. Okay, next topic.
Dang. Concise, to the point.
Everyone understands.
Except no one understands, but
It's true. Okay, so senior year, decided to rebalance. I led a freshman group Bible study at the BSM. I just came back from a co-op, and then it was spring semester, kind of like awkward time. Everyone already had like a whole year, like half a year together. Prayed about it for a while and decided to do it, and it turned out to be like my best semester, and just like because of it was awesome just being able to like hang out with them, be able to pour into their lives, and for me to grow as well. And then, last semester of like college, I did a community group with just some like amazing people where we were able to just invite a lot of international students over and just to like share life together, share about our culture, what a PB&J is.
hey.
Essential things in life. And yeah, I think a big part of friendship, is to be able to do ministry. I say do ministry, basically just to serve together, serve people together, and to, because that's when things get hard, potentially, or that's where you see growth, and that's where you see the intentionality come in, of it. And I mean, I'll just take this time, like, I'm really grateful for how you, like, stayed in IV and continue to be in leadership and to share, or not share, but just to lead. No. Like, it's very common. There's like, it's nothing wrong, but oftentimes upperclassmen, they get busy in life. There's job applications. There's like things to do, and they drop out of leadership. And when we, organizations really need people to stay and to continue serving. And I'm super glad that you did. And so, but yeah. So senior year, it was good.
Dang. That's right. Boys and girls, senior year will be amazing. Oh, it's my senior year.
And it is amazing.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. It's been fun. It's been a blast
Yeah.
talking. Wow, that was a lot. I still feel like we just scratched the surface.
Yeah, for real though.
That's
I either had low expectations or wasn't sure how, like, what this podcast, like, I've never done a podcast before, and I seldom even listen to podcasts, but this was, I'm glad we could talk.
Well, send it to your brothers. Yeah. Is there, okay, random question that I ask sometimes.
Ooh.
At the end. Is there anybody you'd want for me to talk to? Right, and like in theory you'd listen to, but from maybe like the CC church circuits, even from your church, like I don't have to know these people. I could just be like, oh,
People to talk to.
This is also me just trying to add people to my list. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have anyone, that's fine.
I can get back to you on that one. I'm not sure right now. Can't think of anything off the top of my head.
That's cool.
I might bring a friend over for ping pong so you can talk to him.
Lol. Oh my gosh. That could happen. That could happen. Cool. Well, thanks for listening. If you've made it all the way to the end.
Man, I would be so impressed if you did. I have not great expectations for myself, I guess.
Man, I feel like this was one of the most flowing, listenable, interesting
We definitely,
podcast.
I think we got some good content.
Yeah,
I think that was good.
that I've had, like, honestly. But it's this learning how to talk has been a growing process. Let me say
Learning to how to talk continuously. I feel like that's
yeah. Okay, yeah. That's right.
and then like the going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is good. Okay. We'll wrap it up. Bye-bye.
Peace.